He keeps plugging his beer, thinking that the fans will cheer. Look, I told him and Jimmy Hart, don't go out there. We hate you so much right now. We hate you so much right now. Boo! We hate you so much right now. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Phil Chambers, and soon to be joined by Adam Nicholas from WhatCulture to discuss all the goings-on in wrestling this week. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week, complete with a very good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Phil, soon to be joined by Nicholas. It was really funny when Hogan got booed out of the building on Monday, wasn't it?
Very funny. Every single time it happens, it's a beautiful moment, and they just don't learn that nobody wants to see Hogan on their TV anymore.
Anne Louise said this to me on Tuesday morning. She said, "Oh, what happened on the big night?" I was like, "I'm not going to spoil it all for you." Rock was great, obviously. We'll get into him. And Punk Rollins, I'd probably give it like 4.25 stars for getting pushed.
Yeah, probably.
And I said, the best part, according to, well, everyone, was Hulk Hogan coming out in LA and getting booed out of the goddamn building. And then I love the reports simultaneously about Hogan being surprised by this and then going backstage. But he was fine about it. He said, actually, it's DDP. It's not a bad thing. That's a good thing because, you know, better to get a reaction than nothing at all, and that's going to be helpful for my crap beer.
They weren't saying boo, they were saying boo brother.
They were saying beer, actually, because they love my delicious... Have you tried his beer?
I have not, and I won't.
No. We tried very hard, I remember, over, well, I suppose technically the course of 2 WrestleManias.
2 WrestleManias it took us at least to get Stone Cold's beer.
Like, again, another one of those... What? You're in Texas. Maybe it was some legal thing.
Yeah.
You're in Texas. We all know Stone Cold's coming to do this
And you can't just put a few beers in the fridge. They would have sold those things out like crazy in Texas.
Ridiculous. But we got it the next year, I suppose.
It the next year.
I've never tried the Hogan beer, and I've no desire to be honest.
Absolutely not.
And now apparently they are planning on potentially having someone else be maybe the face of that beer on WWE television. I bet you that's going to be. Who wants to? I've got to get busy. Real LA night. It's like, thank God I've got bloody Slim Jim.
I've actually just gone sober.
Yeah.
I'm a straight edge now. One of them.
Thanks to everyone joining us live on YouTube, by the way. Apologies if, like Daryl, you're having some buffering issues. Bloody lads probably streaming some stuff downstairs, aren't
Bloody
they?
lads.
Get on it!
What are they doing?
But yes, Adam Nicholas, as you head over, we were just talking about Hulk Hogan getting booed out of the building on Raw's debut on Netflix. I mentioned you on the news this morning, in fact, because I thought you really hit the nail on the head. I liked it more than most, I think it's fair to say, but I thought you nailed it when you said, felt a bit like a Raw 25, that, didn't it?
Yeah, it had very much Raw 25 vibes of all of those special edition, like, Raws that Vince McMahon did, where they just trot out some old people and they beat up the new people. It had very much those vibes.
Yeah, we've got celebrities.
Miller had a good take on it as well, like when it was just texting back and forth with him, and he's like, it felt like a Christmas special. Like it was like, it wasn't really attached to anything they do week to week. It was just like this big, like pomp and circumstance one-off thing that might work to get new viewers in. I mean, if any of the viewership figures that they're touting for it are actually true.
It's going to be more interesting if they keep releasing them over the coming weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's a fairer assessment, because it's like...
Ooh, it's new.
Otherwise, it's
what
like...
the drop-off is to the second episode.
Jesus, SmackDown on Fox has lost all their viewers.
But it wasn't exactly serving your loyal fan base, but that probably also wasn't the point of it, I guess.
Jules asks, where's Nicholas? He's here.
He's right here, you idiot.
Ask and thou shalt receive.
It's a lovely hoodie you've got now. Where'd you get that from?
I fancy that.
Both of you, actually.
Yeah. Where did you get yours from, Phil?
I got mine online. Where did you get yours from?
I got mine online as well. Where did you get yours?
Somewhere in the Metro Centre.
We got a shop there now too, have we?
We were buying...
WhatCulture.com/shop Metro.
That's very selfish. We were like, you're just like, oh, I've got to get Christmas presents for the parents. What do they need? They've got everything. They're the privileged generation that could buy houses and stuff.
So you bought yourself a jumper instead of buying your parents a present?
Bought them a jumper and went, well, if I'm getting them a jumper, I'll be getting a jumper. Thank you very much. It's lovely and warm.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
WhatCulture.com/shop. Get your merch today, or click on the links right underneath this video right now.
Is that right? Ooh.
No messing. Thoughts on the Raw Netflix debut?
I think it was always going to... If we think about it logically, it was probably always going to be this. It shouldn't have been, and you'd like to think we were far enough removed from that era of stuff. Yeah. People have said felt very Vincey, which, surprise guys, very Vincey sometimes also means what network executives want.
And they were there.
And they were there.
Yeah.
It's not just he sucks. He's terrible, obviously. But it's also what network executives want. And you have to kind of appease people. And they want to make sure all the eyes are there. They'll have sat down with bits of paper and said, what bits of paper? What year is this? They'll have sat down with all of the data and said, look, these are the people we want to see on this because we want to loop them people in. We want to catch new eyes, yada, yada, yada. Unfortunately, that means the people who watch this show every week, who have enjoyed it, and for the last 2 years have been telling me that it's really, really good, they were upset by this. And fair enough, because you'd think maybe have a new approach. For all of this, we've got rid of Vince thing, come up with a new strategy. But it tells me that it's not just him. That tells you the people in the suits have asked for this.
Didn't feel very Triple H at all, did it?
No. Well, the start did.
Well, the start
felt the most Triple H thing of all time, actually.
It feels like there should be a middle ground to these things, though, between what it was in the past and what it has been in the last 2 years. There must have been a way of having some of the big points in the storylines continue, or some other thing that is serving your regular audience while also bringing in the new.
I think the problem is appeasing the executives completely crushed a lot of people's other things in this one episode. Specifically, a man who I am told reliably is the very best was probably the very worst. But I don't think we'll hear any of that on this podcast, will we, Phil?
I have it as a bullet point. We will get to it.
I think we will. I'm sure it'll last 10 seconds.
Yeah, quickly, one word on the rock. I think the fairest assessment, actually, now I think about it, is not next week or the week after. It's the 27th, which is, I'm not going to get into the whole Matt Reigns thing, thank you for that, which I talked about in the SmackDown preview regarding The Rock actually coming back. Because that is post-Saturday night's main event, that is Roman Reigns' acknowledgement ceremony, that is Goldberg probably in Atlanta, and that is obviously the go home for the Rumble. That, I think, is going to be the purest test of what we're doing, because next week is feet under the table, but also kind of just a middling week between the start of the year and the Rumble, isn't it? But we'll see. We'll see how it all goes.
Previously a middling week, but with WWE these days,
you
just don't know anymore, do you? They made December good this year. How did they do that?
Did you enjoy Hogan getting booed? Catastrophe, wasn't it?
And also, I texted a few of my casual friends to see what they would, what did they make of it, if they could be bothered to just watch and they were all happy to have the access to it on Netflix, which is obviously the pro for them. But then I said, just watch these couple of bits, let me know what you thought. And I was like, my mate Danny texted saying, why on earth would they still try and put Hogan out there today? I actually I get it. And I was saying, look, it's the sponsorship deal they've got with the beer. But I was at the same time, why have you got the sponsorship deal with Hulk Hogan's beer?
Yeah.
It's like AEW doing the Ric Flair sponsorship deal. It's like, now?
And you're not struggling for money.
It's almost like it was like a bet.
Yeah.
I bet we can get him back over. Put his thing on there. No, you can't.
No, they cannot.
No, you can't. You literally can't.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Hi to everyone in the chat. Steve says, happy 2025, legends. Happy 2025 to you, Steve. I know you guys did bold predictions for 2025, but what's your craziest? Is this finally the year for another wrestling wedding with the tripod stacks getting married to the Riz? He's not marrying the Riz. He's marrying Ariana Grace. Congratulations to both of them. We missed that, and we forgot to ask him about it when he popped in. But fantastic news about them over Christmas.
Either one to the wedding.
I assume so.
Either when I next see Stacks or maybe you on this podcast, because you'll know about it and I don't, someone's going to have to explain to me what was going on with that video with Stacks and his massive, massive penis.
Yes, that's a Hamlet question, I believe. Craziest wrestling prediction for the year? Mine is the Rock's still going to be here, probably.
Mine is that Hulk Hogan will be cheered by fans.
That is a crazy prediction.
That's crazy, all right.
Mine is The Rock comes back and just decides to be the bad guy again.
Oh my God.
Just
my
be like,
God.
oh, that was just a show, guys.
corporate
that was
Rock.
that was just talk show. That's fine. This is the real Rock.
Do you know
from now
what?
on. You know how they do in like movies when you've got like a
You're biting your lips so much it's bleeding.
You've got like an
Honestly,
antagonist in a movie, and then like
Yeah.
he just sits down and has like a coffee with the protagonist, and they just talk about like friendship.
That's
and
how most of
things.
those great
And then they
ones-
continue the movie afterwards.
You know what it is? You say this, right? And far be it from me to try and give The Rock any credit, because I'm not. This is not that. But that exact thing, Phil, that exact thing happens in the movie Heat
Yes.
between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
This is true.
But that was absolutely super double, triple goated.
Is that available on any
like,
streaming platforms?
I don't know.
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
Probably.
Someone was telling me this the other day.
It's been around for years,
Yeah.
mate. It's probably available lots of places.
Even I've seen that, Phil.
Yeah. But them two sitting down, like, you could have done that with them two. That could have been an edge to it. There's a great edge to that. That's like, that's the best possible version of two guys who are definitely against each other, sitting down and going like, in a different life, maybe he could have done that. He could have stole have a bit. Every time you think you're somewhere, I'm one step ahead. Maybe at a push. You're there, I'm 2 or 3 steps ahead of you. You're playing chess, I'm playing checkers, or whatever.
Yeah.
it's definitely
The other way
not
around.
I'm playing Snakes and Ladders.
No, well, currently that's what I'm doing. I'll just be honest.
yeah.
But he can't be that insecure that he has to be 20 steps ahead. How can you be 20 steps ahead of anything?
Well,
No, I don't. Reject it. Sorry, Matt. Not about you. It's about to win.
New Year's Eve was the 7th of January, Phil. I'll do it now. I might as well. New Year's Eve was the 7th of January. He said he was 20 steps ahead. It was 20 plus 7.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the Raw ahead of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
funny
it's
that.
funny that he's 27 steps ahead, and yet he doesn't know how time works. Apparently.
He does. He just has that memento thing that resets everything.
I'll tell you what I've got to do.
We've got 6
Yeah.
minutes. 2 minutes left.
This is going to be the best 6. This is going to be the best 6 minutes you've ever had of someone telling you it's going to be 6 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then a minute, and then if you smell
What is time?
is cool.
I'm the Rock. Time doesn't apply to me. I'm not time.
I also really like it. Was do you know what? Oh, do you know what it reminded me of?
Death.
Well, no, the bit where he said
Misery?
Well, apart from the effing and jeffing, the bit where he said, "Oh, I'm the Rock. We'll flip and go all night," all that sort of thing. It reminded me of the.
And then we'll stop after 6.
Well, this is it. Do you remember is it Romeo's verse in 21 seconds?
You love this verse.
Where he's like, "Give me more time," and he still only does 21
Like, mate,
seconds.
but you've asked for more time. Why didn't you just say something productive in the 21 seconds?
It's the Rock.
Well, there you go. You said that. You already caught this.
And I love So Solid Crew and the Rock.
And The Rock.
And the Rock.
Can
we talk about how butthurt he is over his little beard?
Mate, can we talk about anything? Like, this man I have never watched a man have this much of a crisis since. Actually, I probably shouldn't name those people.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
He does all these with a bottle of booze in his hand, wandering around backstage.
Driving his car after necking tequila.
Yeah, that's not
Dwayne,
appropriate.
Nice. I couldn't get over him having to, he was so like Steve Buscemi at school with his outfit on.
How do you do?
Travis Scott was pulling up. He's like, I'm walking over Travis Scott. It's with his bottle in his hand. Look, I'm the Rock. I'll have a quick swig of that. Not too much though, because I don't really like it. He's walking up the car. He's like,
I'll have a joint as well,
Travis,
actually.
I'll dap you up, Travis. Dap you up. Yeah, cool to see you, Travis. Yeah, drinks. No, cool, fair enough. I'm going to drive my car home now and probably cause an accident because I've been drinking tequila with everybody.
And go have a shave because Cody said he didn't like my beard, but he did say he liked it. But he did. He meant. I knew what he meant. Like,
Actually,
he was gaining my head.
I think you find all the women actually I've met. Every woman, literally every single woman, every person with a
woman behind
vagina.
the camera that I pay. You tell me it's good. Tell me now. Tell me right now it's a good
Every
beard.
person with a vagina I've ever met said it looks amazing. So what's wrong with you,
I
Cody?
think I've grown better beards than that. Or at least know when we have big things, at least make an effort and have a shave
Just
the
don't
day
care.
of.
If you like, if you
Or
want to
don't
grow a
care.
beard, just grow a beard.
Yeah.
That's
You're
the
the
biggest
Rock.
thing. Just don't
You're the Rock. Jesus, come on, man, pull yourself together. At least have some goddamn respect for yourself.
He did kind of blow up the WrestleMania plans, didn't he? Like,
Kind of.
I mean, he still could blow them up again.
Kind
to
of.
be fair, like it is the Rock.
see a book's not getting
He'll
the main
just
event,
get
is
to
it?
the day before, and he's like, you know what? Actually, I do want this.
Sitting in that production chair thinking, you know what I want to do with my the one guy who dethroned Roman Reigns, the guy who's the biggest guy in the company. I tell you what we'll do. Triple H, I'm going to stand in the middle of the ring and have pyrotechnics go off after a gigantic curtain that was playing videos falls down around me. Epic. The Rock's going to come and do his entrance. Not even the proper entrance, by the way, which was the biggest indicator. Yeah. I was like, you can't even bother to do your evil entrance. You're just going to toot loud, and be the Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon Rock. Great, my favourite. And then all of that happens. Like, where should we put a champion? Should we give him an entrance? Nah. Put him in the front row. Go on, son. We've made your wish come true. You get to go front row at Raw tonight. Well done, young'un. Roughly a little your mother. Unreal. Oh, unreal. Cody Rhodes might be recovering from beatings, but I said it earlier. Yeah. He's been recovering from embarrassment after that.
Just Daryl says, Happy Friday, legends. What's a bigger failure from The Rock? Roman Reigns' Royal Rumble win or Ava Brackett's General? I think you have to say Royal Rumble win because...
I don't know, man.
Do you?
She helped him with his promo on NXT.
Yep.
Just go out there and feel it. I sure did.
She should probably take her own advice, I guess. Maybe.
I think...
Feel something when you're saying things, Ava. Just anything. Any kind of emotion.
Yeah.
Anything.
Far be if I may even give him credit either, but it feels like The Rock was let out of the house tonight without Brian Gewirtz in the little seat.
Yes,
in his head. You know, if you pulled the Rock's
Rock's
face off,
and he just fell to pieces because he didn't quite know what to do anymore.
Like, we'll do the catchphrases, pull the buttons. He was asleep at the wheel. Or he just wasn't in tonight. It was like didn't even lend him to Ava either. Ava was trying to do like community theatre in front of a dad who's one of the greatest performers of all. Even I can say that, and I hate him. Like it was awful. Atrocious.
It's the way he's taken everything he built up last year. Like obviously, like his first return, it all went a bit weird with the Cody switcheroo and things, and he turned it round and he got everybody invested in that.
That run, he was excellent.
He was absolutely incredible, and he's taken all of that and thrown it away to become this version of The Rock, which was the version of The Rock everyone was rejecting last year anyway. But he's like, no, this is me. God damn it, you're gonna love me for this.
It's that old mentality, man. It is.
Still make it crap.
John Harrison.
Not me, I liked it.
I'm still holding a candle for that man. And I will always do.
I'll hold a candle for him, all right. Oh, yes, sir.
Like Hangman Page outside Smurf's house. John, thank you for joining us as always, and thank you for obviously the brilliant WrestleCulture theme. Says, Good Friday, Happy New Year, boys.
And the Collision Cops theme.
Yeah, that's very good.
You enjoy that, John? That was just for you, that. But we'll get it in there somewhere.
John said, I've just watched a Stevie Richards video about how The Rock's sharpshooter execution sucks. So who does it better, The Rock or Natalia? Peace and love to you all. Peace
I tell you what, you got onto this because I know how you feel. In fact, I know how you both feel about Natalia in your respective ways.
Well, I will say, who did a terrible sharpshooter recently? Oh, it was Natalia. She failed to... Well, no, she didn't fail to execute it for once, so well done for her for doing that. But she failed to put sufficient pressure on Candice LeRae to wrestle away from the WWE Speed Championship away from her. So, got to give Natalia this one.
Yeah, I think you've got to give Natalia as the worst one because she's a goddamn heart. She should know better, surely. Also, The Rock's is a bit crap, but at least like the cartoon thing, if you put him into a silhouette and you did that sharpshooter, you would know that is The Rock.
Yes.
Because it's The Rock doing the move. He does the little leg kick.
It's the little leg kicks, you know.
It's like very, very Rock. It's very recognizable. So at least it's got that going for it.
Love that about...
At least he could put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, you know, lots of people can't do it. CM Punk. And I like CM Punk.
Yeah.
So imagine what I'll do to The Rock. I know, but I used to love playing as The Rock on the games because obviously when he had those the
kicks in the corner,
unique versions of his moves, doing like that lariat that he used to do, a big flying clothesline thing, and like the kick before the sharpshooter. It's
great.
Like the punches.
Why does spitting on your hand make that punch even more dramatic?
I don't know. I bet you couldn't get away with it. Actually, could he get away with it? Imagine doing that in the Pando years.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! I mean, that's too far. Too far.
I always remember just like, think about where games are now. My mind being blown where I was like, he's taking the elbow pad off and it's coming off in the game. It goes and he's not got it anymore.
It's not for the rest of the match.
Oh, I was chatting to Scott about this the other day. Complete tangent this. I got
on WrestleCulture.
I got my PlayStation Wrapped through.
Okay.
Do you want to take a wild guess? Adam, here are all the hours you spent playing games in 2024. What number were you going for?
I think you've spent 8 hours
8
playing
is exactly
Spider-Man.
what I was thinking. That is literally exactly what I was going to say.
What did you say?
I was
8
exactly going to
hours.
say 8 hours.
And I think it was 11 hours in total. And so, like my Spotify, I mean, I listen to the same songs every single year. I'm going to try and change that this year. Should go some gigs.
You
Don't
never
do
will.
that because
You never
that's not the pandemic.
You'll
last
never
time.
ever do it. When you finally listen to the car one day,
Yeah.
when you're 50, they'll have had about 4 new albums out since then.
But like, at least my Spotify is like, oh, you listen to loads of music this year.
Yeah.
It's the same music you always listen to, but it's loads of music and maybe like 3 new songs.
You really like...
But like, and it's got, like you listen to 5 hours of rock or da-da-da-da. This was like, let's see all the games you've played this year. Spider-Man, FIFA. And that's it.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a year you've had. You mostly played Spider-Man games.
I wonder how much that PlayStation has cost you per minute of play.
Oh, well, I did get, before.
Yeah, before... Like, a lot of people who are... in your head you think, oh, those people like video games, right? No, they don't like video games. They just like playing FIFA.
Yes.
That's why they bought a PlayStation or an Xbox, whatever it is, and they just like playing
Last
FIFA.
of Us played that, even though I'm scared of zombies.
Did you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Really?
Through.
All the way through?
No, I don't think all the way through.
There it is.
Yeah.
But I think that's just
Oh,
that's because I got fed of that bloody twat running around after you. You're like, keep up. So I just would run away when like a zombie was coming to get me and just let him get the girl. Bothered. Not my daughter.
Although it is the entire point of the game is to get
Is
into
it?
the final.
That's why.
There you go.
So fair's fair. Let's compare 2 newish fathers. Me and Scott Telford. Do you want to guess?
I thought you were me and Phil there. You? What?
Me, 11 hours. Scott Telford,
Oh,
who's
no.
got a newer child than I have.
300 and something.
Ooh, higher. Whatever higher is. 422.
878. He's played 204 games. He played in 2024. I played 2.
104 games.
Yeah.
I mean, he is on the gaming channel.
He
He probably
is.
should.
Yeah, let's compare
I was gonna
wrestling.
say, how much wrestling have you
Let's
watched?
go bar for bar on that one, huh?
I tell you what, if you got it wrapped, we should keep notes.
wish there was
Wrestling-
that.
We should keep notes and do of the podcast wrapped and basically how many minutes you spent on a podcast.
I'm surprised
You
Netflix
doing
hasn't
them.
jumped on Raps.
Yeah.
Got the
That's time yet.
got the swear raps for
Just in time for WWE as well, if they get it
yeah.
wrapped out for this year.
Cool.
swear wrapped for 2024 for the podcast. 0 for Phil Chambers.
Hello, check me out.
Really?
11 because we said WrestleCulture doesn't count, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
only when
then
you
there you
swear producing.
Oh,
Basically.
well, fine. Yeah. So he's not on anything else.
Yeah. Unless he popped his head in.
Yeah.
Nicholas 11.
That's pretty good.
Stacks 11.
I'm pretty happy with 11. All right, and level the stacks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Me 137 for the year. Michael Hamflet
They're both
1,103.
Yeah.
Michael Sidgwick 1,457 swears for 2024, and he's catching that
And that
rapidly
was
already this
just
year.
on the first episode of this year that we did.
Yes.
Which featured a lot of swears during a reenactment of Stone Cold's theme song.
Yes.
Yep.
Jesus.
I think it's I want to say Jay Fraser, but I'm going to double check before I say the wrong name here. Jay Fraser it is, who's made a brilliant Michael Sidgwick does WWE's music thing on Twitter, which
Very
is worth
good.
checking out.
Very good.
Hi to Mr. Phoenix, who says, getting in nice and early. What's up, Willie, Full Chambers and Nikki Adams? Happy New Year. Please come to Toronto. Cheers from the forklift. We will try. We will try. We're going on well.
Don't think we're going to make it for March.
But
Wow.
it'd be nice to go on some sort of other kind of world tour, wouldn't it?
Would be quite nice.
Around
With
March,
some kind of
April.
world tour happening.
Well, I'm going.
Some point soon.
I can say I'm officially going on the Sweet Chin Disco
I was going to
tour.
say, you should
are,
start
yeah.
promoting your thing, man. What you tell the people
Me
what
and
you're
Mark, me and Mark Henry are besties now, or we will be after.
good people at Sweet Chin Disco and Mark Henry. Will you be wearing... See, when you said salmon jacket,
It's Andy's idea.
just a jacket made of salmon. Actually, that
Ooh.
was actually my idea, I think you'll find. But if you want to just give it to other, if you want to give it to other people, that's absolutely fine.
No,
just give it
I
to
ain't
other people.
gonna do that. I'm
Just,
so
just
sorry.
throw it out to anybody else. But what I was going to say was,
Phil, great
I
idea about
imagined-
this.
I imagined it being actual like pictures of salmon rather
Yeah.
than salmon coloured.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I imagined it that way, but I mean, in this exact moment, this has become stupid now.
It has, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Let's move on.
This is WrestleCulture,
Fish
damn
jacket.
it.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea, Andy.
We've gone off piece too much now. The alarms are going off if you can hear that.
Andy, that's a great idea, my friend. I respect that.
Matt Rain says, happy Friday, gents. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Ready for the FA Cup. We're already out of it. Legends Lounge coming soon. Someone in the lounge has a birthday today. Ooh.
Hello.
Who's that?
Is it me?
Well, it better not be.
It's not because I remember your birthday.
Yeah, I know why your birthday gets remembered.
God damn it.
Yep.
My day now.
Birthday thief.
Matt, let us know whose birthday it is. I assume it's yours, Matt, but let us know in the chat, and I'll give you a shout out for the hashtag Bloody Good quiz coming your way later on today. Fly Easy says, love you all, always help me in the gym. More, Fly! God, give me 5 more!
Pull or lift, whichever machine you're on.
My question is, do you guys think heels and faces will ever be gone in American wrestling, a bit like New Japan? I think they're here to stay.
I think they are here forever. I think it's right.
A necessity as well.
Yeah.
I think people don't... I think that idea came around when people were listening to like the company's favourites getting booed incorrectly by fans, but they wanted to start this idea that it was evolving past that. And I get why they wanted to start that. I just think traditionally things work way better if there's one person who's the villain and one person who is the hero.
You can work Shades of Grey, and it works occasionally, but as everything as Shades of Grey, it doesn't work for me.
We were saying on the news, like, I don't really mind if they don't have a definitive, like, Charlotte Flair's the heel and Tiffany Stratton's the babyface. If they're going to do that match at WrestleMania, I don't really mind. Just pick which one's your favourite. But you do kind of need Cody versus Roman, for example, last year.
I think there's also like the element where you can... famously, it tends to be a bit complicated when you start trying to pair up 2 heels or two babyface. Less so because it's just more of a tester between...
Yeah, and then it's just who's your favourite?
I think it becomes that thing where they'll automatically try and turn someone like full-time heel just for the sake of a feud, and then that bit left adrift where you can be situational heel instead, which I think they often get wrong at times, which is why people get really annoyed about all this stuff. And rightly so, because it just muddies the waters for no reason whatsoever.
Mimi Burris, the #1 Wilbourn mega fan, joins us. Hello, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Mimi. Says, is this Moxley's reign of terror? Would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, what is the match you rewatched most in 2024? Have a great weekend, guys. Anything fun planned?
Before I forget as well.
Hello.
A question for Mimi. How many promotions / celebrations will you be having this year? Because last year felt like a landmark banner year for you. How are you going to beat that in 2025? We asked this question before we went away. I'm not sure we ever got the answer, but I would like to know.
Anything fun planned for the weekend?
For this weekend? No.
Staying warm.
Don't think so.
Just news tomorrow?
News tomorrow. Yeah.
There's a lot of fun for you. Flying.
3-hour SmackDown to get through?
Got no plans. I'll figure something
3-hour
out.
SmackDown.
Sure 3-hour SmackDowns.
Does that mean the
only till June?
Just ruin my Saturdays, god damn it.
Makes my Saturday every...
I mean, it doesn't ruin it that much. It adds like half an hour onto my work.
That's good, the crap, Bill. I could have said it a different word there.
Anything planned this weekend?
No, but out of design, because I think like a lot of people I seem to be discovering, I am also still recovering from being ill over the Christmas period.
Yep.
But actually, just nice to have a bit of relax. I've basically used this week to be the first week back into work, into the swing of things. Next week's the real work begins. The me work. You know.
Eric's
the life work.
Eric's taking his sports car around the park this weekend.
Oh, cool. Is he going to give me a lift or what?
It is. We're not like that fancy parents. We are. It's a hand-me-down from Anne Louise's family. Lovely white. I think Mercedes, BMW. I don't know cars.
I think it's like an actual, but it's like a shoot.
Yeah. There you go.
Just a hand-me-down. A proper Mercedes for the kids.
But it does play Crazy Frog if you press it on They See Me Rolling.
Yeah, now we're talking some real baller tunes.
Yeah. Is this Moxley's reign of terror? Please let it be over soon.
It does seem like it. I am not into it at all.
You aren't alone, Phil, it seems.
It's mad. I don't understand it.
For a man who gets wrestling, he gets wrestling so well.
He really gets wrestling.
And
he gets AEW, and he gets the AEW audience, and he knows exactly what that audience needs. And he has supplied it to us before for a long time in high demand.
Accidentally caught that. I think I was looking for an older tweet to send something, maybe a pamphlet, and I saw that the promo he does when he says the answer to every question in pro wrestling is John Moxley.
Yeah.
And he's all going off on, he is arguably post that period in the pandemic where he was just like kept everyone alive, basically.
Yeah.
He was just the hottest thing in wrestling. He could do nothing that I didn't believe, didn't want to watch.
Yeah.
He was telling the truth. Every word that came out of his mouth, I was like, I need to know what's happening with John Moxley.
He was in that
this week.
Eddie Kingston, Samoa Joe school of, it doesn't matter where the storyline is at, where any of the other characters involved in it are at, they can do one promo and they can sell you on a match.
Yes.
And it was just like, there he is. That man is the answer to the question. Like, what do I need? It's him. What does pro wrestling need? Him. Who's the champion? Him.
Yeah.
Who's going to save your show? Him. He's right. He's telling the truth. Now, I think it might be Mimi. I feel like he's single-handedly trying to remove that. And I don't know, is he going to try and do it? I'm 20 steps ahead, actually. I was actually sacrificing myself and your enjoyment so that you'd appreciate all the other acts a lot more. I think you'll find.
I think Sid just nailed it, with the whole, like, he's seen an opportunity and gone, I'll reshape AEW in my image, but that also happens to mean that I hold the belt for 9 months or whatever.
Yeah.
I get it over with fast for me, and it doesn't look like he's heading that way because I think he's going to face, as they've said, the boys have said, Cope at Revolution. He ain't taking the title off him.
Yep.
Please get Darby back soon. I know they threw him down upstairs, but get him back soon and switch the title.
Nobody seemed to care that much on the show, but he's definitely dead. I've not heard from him.
My boy.
It's so weird.
My poor
Watching
Edge.
Dynamite, I said this to both of you. Watching Dynamite, and I really enjoyed both Dynamites this year so far, except for the bit, oh God, here comes the world champion.
It's not a good place to be.
Even, I know it's by design, I guess, but even like, I'm so not into the suitcase, the belt and the case thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I always forget that. Why have they got a briefcase?
I literally haven't seen the belt. I know. That's the idea. Which would be absolutely fine if this actual angle had done anything that made me go, you know what, I'm into this. I'm kind of into you denying me things, knowing that the payoff will be great.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where's the belt? Can we have the belt back, please? I'm bored now. This is disappointing me.
A groan is not the pop you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Adams and Garles has had some very exciting news. Adams says, it's been a while.
Wow.
Got a new job. Instead of night vision, I make cables for spaceships.
Holy
Hell
smokes.
yeah.
And got engaged Thanksgiving Day. Congratulations, Adam.
Hey, congratulations.
You know what? You can go a lot worse than being called Adam, can't you?
Yeah.
There's some bad ones out there, but there's some great ones in this room.
bad ones.
There's some great ones in this room. And it seems in the comments, so that's okay, isn't it?
Adam's question is there any wrestler trying to do the best match ever every time? Should we say the same name at the same time? 1, 2, 3, Will Ospreay.
William Ospreay, but...
And Dave
doesn't
Meltzer
always work,
believes
though.
him. Dave Meltzer thinks it does.
Well, he does, but an
He
audience
doesn't
of
miss very much, but I agree.
He does not miss very much.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't
Doesn't
like
miss,
this.
but there's a lot of times where you feel like that for that sake rather than stories. I mean, I don't mind because like my bar is not crazy high, unlike our esteemed colleagues, the Dudleys, who tend to be like, be somewhere.
This is the problem with Will Ospreay's made for himself. He's made everybody grade him on a curve that is Will Ospreay's curve.
Yes.
And to be fair, you could argue, Kenny Omega's not too dissimilar because his biggest thing was every time he had to come back from an injury.
Yeah.
It was like, you can't just come back. You got to come back and be Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Like
Kenny Omega in singles matches.
I mean, you've just watched it.
Yeah.
So
What do you think of all that? I was going to mention that. Yeah. What do you make of Kenny Omega's return
It
against
was
Gabe Kidd? Oh, very own.
Goddamn brilliant.
Exceptional.
Little Gabe Kidd has come a long ass way.
He
from
did.
his
He
days
played
in
his part massively in that
WCW.
match as well.
He really
Big
did.
time.
He held his own in that match. Like
for sure.
It wasn't a carry job in any way, shape, or form.
Got his first 5-star match.
He does.
Congratulations to Gabe.
Yeah.
Kenny's like 500th, whatever it is.
But no, it was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend going and
That's
seek
Gabe
it
Kidd
out.
and Kenny at
Gabe Kidd and Kenny at Wrestle Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. Dinner Dynasty.
Yeah. That one.
Kenny Omega's amazing, selling the diverticulitis stuff, but the way it intertwined into the story is so good. Gabe Kidd and like the reaction he was getting from the New Japan crowd with the like shorts on the New Japan logo.
The
and
review
stuff.
was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like,
It was just all wonderful. It was really good.
A big year for Kenny Omega, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I just give him the ball.
Yeah.
you kind of hope it's a big year.
Get it off Moxley, get it on Kenny, and let's go.
Big year for Kenny, which you hope means big year for AEW.
Yes.
Same breath. I think Sidge is spot on when he talks about, you haven't been present for them, Phil, but I'll fill you in. He's been speaking about the zones, like there's good and bad zones in AEW. Unfortunately, it's not like you can't just have, Kenny's not just going to turn up and all of a sudden everything's great again. That's not how it's going to be, but there will be little areas of like where Kenny will be wrestling. You'll enjoy that bit, while there's maybe over here, you definitely won't.
Yeah.
Still. It would be nice to see him lift the whole thing. That's going to be an ask, but as long as you can get him right, you're going to come to the show and watch it every week, and then hopefully there'll be other stuff there. You think, they know they've got to lift the bar up now. Kenny's back, and he's hopefully in there negging people, saying like, come on then.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Every
what are
week
you
you've
doing?
got.
Yeah.
I mean, a part of our answer regarding Will Ospreay was probably the fact that Kenny was on that show. It was like, don't forget about me.
Yeah.
So you've got Will, you've got Kenny, you've got Mercedes, you've got Willow Stat. I could list all them. Darby.
They've got all the
You've got-
talent in the world.
you've got
that they
not
need
including-
to make that company amazing.
You've got not including Chris Jericho. You've got getting rid of the title off Mox. It's like it's quite a fairly simple jigsaw. It seems to put together in 2025.
I had that thing though while I was watching the Casino Gauntlet where, as the names were coming out, on paper the names were coming out. I'm going like, yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Oh, it felt like a WWE Rumble, like a bad WWE Rumble, and I mean that as in them, not just saying the AEW one was like a bad one, in the sense that you see these names coming out back in the day in WWE in the Rumble, even quite recently actually, and you think, how is this not good? But like these are the people who are coming out.
Yeah.
And I felt a little bit of that with the Casino Gauntlet where I was like, I forgot about you and you and you, and how are none of you connecting in a way that you should definitely be connecting? Some of them maybe have just need to either rethink themselves or maybe been around too long.
Yeah, just go away for a bit.
But
Some
just
of them.
seeing
Yeah.
the names, it's like, it's crazy. It's all right there.
Yeah.
We say this all the time.
Yeah. An
Bored saying it.
embarrassment of
Yeah, an
riches.
embarrassment.
3/4 of the
Especially
Undisputed
when
Era in
that
a Rumble
Yeah.
fighting for a title shot, and you're just a bit like,
The thing with the Moxley stuff as well, and it's
They need to just never ever speak to each other again. Then. I'm sorry.
Draw a line
you can
under
be
it.
best mates forever. That's fine. And the Undisputed Kingdom doesn't work.
No.
The music doesn't work. The group doesn't work.
yeah.
Let it go, man. You were the Undisputed Era once, and it kicked ass.
But it had its
And you
moments.
did that with
And
Bobby
it's bad.
Fish as well.
the anchor that is.
And that's fine. It's okay to let it go. It really is.
That's the thing with the Moxley stuff, and other companies have struggled with it in the past. Like if you can't get your main event tier storyline right, that kind of trickles down into everything else. Like that's the thing that should be lifting everybody up. That's the thing that should be giving everyone else like a benchmark to aim towards of how good you should be in this. And I think even like the MJF Adam Cole stuff probably suffered from it as well. Of like, this is the thing you're shining a light on the most, and it's just not hitting, and it just makes the rest of the show feel a little bit like that as well. Whereas if you're bringing in Kenny Omega and you can get like this version of Kenny that is on and ready and seemingly wanting to be the guy again, especially after the sort of last couple of years he's had.
But you coming out there and saying, you're just saying everything I want you to say, Kenny.
Yeah.
Just keep talking.
Like get
Keep
him
whispering in my
with
ear,
the belt
Kenneth.
on. Get him in the main events. He will lift everybody up in his matches, but at the same time, hopefully set a bar that everybody else can be like, well, if he's doing that, we need to step up as
We
well.
need to up our game
Yeah.
too. Yeah, for sure.
And it's not as simple as that, obviously, but it's the kind of mindset that needs to be there.
I've got to say, I keep getting a little bit of like a little sense of joy every time MJF calls him Dictator John. Because I'm like, that's coming from a real place. That Max, isn't it? I can feel that in your bones. He's like, Dictator John. And everyone's like, look, he's having a go. I'm like, oh, he really doesn't like him. I got that feeling. I get that feeling. I bet there's a few people on that roster feeling like Dictator John has stole the belt and he's not going to give it back. And he's going to punch you in the head if you try to take it off him for real. And I kind of like that edge, I guess, but I've liked edges before. And look what happened.
Oh. Tactical Penguin says, afternoon, lads. As a Buddy Matthews fan, that reverse GTS should be his new finish. Yeah.
Awesome.
He was good.
Call it the CTE GTS. CTE GTS.
That is good.
Yeah.
Or Buddy Murphy if you're Will Ospreay.
Yeah, either or. Really hoping him and Brody can have a breakout year. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Tactical Penguin. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the members of the House of Black when there's no Malachi Black.
I mean, if there's no Malachi Black, we've been here before.
Yeah, we're not going over that again.
I'll say this, though. The way that Buddy Matthews, this is so stupid, but it is true, this. Because he doesn't have any tattoos on his body, right? I know it sounds stupid, but I think it's true.
Okay.
You could lift him out of there tomorrow, and he could just go off and be Buddy Matthews and be fine. And I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but when Malachi Black's in the middle of them two, you're like, okay, they should all be there, and that's the thing. But when Malachi's like the glue that's there, Brody King's just this absolute beast of a man who could be fine all by himself.
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews, he's got me calling him Murphy. Like that, when they're linked that way, you can see how they're together. But as soon as Malachi's not there, I'm just like, you can go off that way and you can go off that way, no problem.
Or
you
he
should
could
always have each other's backs
Yeah.
in that nice little storytelling way.
Yeah.
But or you could go and be in it. There's like the idea of tag team with Will Ospreay.
Hell yeah.
I love that. I got extremely excited by that.
Incredible matches out
Jeez.
there.
I wasn't sure. I thought he was just going to do like because Ospreay did sound like a bit of a condescending twat. And I know he wasn't meant to, but he really did. And I was like, if he's still part of the House of Black, is the light not just going to go off? Then Alistair Black's holding his hand all of a sudden. Or Malachi Black. And then next thing you know, I was like, no, he's actually leaving the company probably, despite telling you furiously that he wasn't.
The chat is currently renaming the house with different leaders. Devin says, what if it was Jay White, the House of White?
Nice.
And Mockley Willis just says House of Ginger.
House of Ginger. So are you the leader now?
Yeah, I'll take over.
Yeah. House of Money, I always like. We always pitched the House of Money, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mercedes Money takes over, and they all just wear green instead.
I like the idea of a buddy, off what you said, just every week coming out with different like temporary tattoos that you used to be able to get. Sponge it onto your arm.
And he keeps getting more till he becomes Alistair. I keep calling him Alistair now. Malachi.
He's going to be Alistair again, isn't he?
Oh, yes, that's what it is.
I have become Alistair.
I saw someone just say, I can't remember what it was, but it was like basically go back to WWE and go and sit in your like weird little closet and look for a fighter.
Like someone to knock on the door.
Hopefully it'll be a bit better this time around. We'll see. Cameron Luxton says, morning guys from the better Newcastle.
Well, he must be here then, right?
Well, delete comment.
He must be here.
Luck.
That's correct.
2:21 a.m. here. How long till Mania show?
The weather's better there.
Yeah. How long till Mania show weekends? The wife is on me about the budget that I need for Vegas. How far away is it?
How far away is it?
Days until...
How many days? I like doing this.
April. I'll go April 19th.
I'm just going to check it on the stream because I know it's been a while.
99 days.
Until night one of WrestleMania, basically.
9 days.
Whatever budget you've got, Cameron, double it. It's Las Vegas and it's WrestleMania. And, well, who knows? Maybe there'll be other shows, not just...
real soon.
99 days. 99 days to go. That should have been
Mania. Come on, let's go.
No, actually, Khalees was a good call. I don't regret that. I regret nothing.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You missed it.
I don't think I did.
Well,
You probably hear it downstairs.
everybody.
I heard it.
Everybody. Yeah.
But what I mean is that around these parts, sometimes you can do the song a second time, maybe. If you want to see him do the song a second time before we finish this podcast, just write dog in the comments. And if I see enough dogs, the dog will perform. That's how that works.
That's how it works.
Woof, woof.
It's Chef Jacob Mendros's birthday, says Matt Rains.
Nice.
Congratulations to Chef Jacob. Yeah, very excited for Las Vegas.
Chef
If I was going, of course.
If. Big if. We shall see. Soon.
Tom Wells
I mean, we've
has
been
written,
saying soon for like 3 months. It's
Yep.
soon.
It's like I
real
want
soon.
It's real goddamn soon, I promise.
I want it to be soon as much as you do. I'm sick of having to sit
want
here
it to be
and
soon.
have them tell me soon, and then I'm like, why is it not now?
At the end of Jan, I promise.
Oh,
said it now.
Chairman's promise.
Said it now.
Chairman's promise. Dog, woof. Dog, woof, bark, dog, meow. House of Dog. Like, you're all the best.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you are now contractually obliged at any point you would like, before or after the quiz. It's up to you.
I'll do it now. Get it out of the way and then we'll get to the bloody good quiz. How about that?
See, and much like WWE would tell you forever, we are the listing company.
Indeed.
We will give the people what they want. And what they want is...
Tom Wells says the only way you ever shout me out on this channel is when dogs are involved.
Good luck.
What is this I see? Hulk Hogan's on my telly. Why is he back in WWE? I thought he was done. He keeps plugging his beer, thinking that the fans will cheer. Look, I told him and Jimmy Hart, don't go out there. We hate you so much right now. We hate you so much right now. Boo! We hate you so much right now. Right, enough all this.
It's good.
It's now time for a good quiz. And let's dedicate this week's quiz to Chef Jacob Mendros's Chef
Jay
Jacob.
White with the dedication.
Shift G.
Shift J.
And Adam Zingalis has had a great few months. Congratulations to you. This week's quiz all about Kenny Omega, seeing as he's back.
course.
Don't worry, you don't need to know like the ins and outs of his New Japan run.
Intestines.
His testings. I thought that's what I thought you were going to say. Which bit was it? How many feet?
Usual rules, 10 questions, multiple choice. Shout your name, wait for me to come to you. Remember, guys, it's just for fun.
It's always just for fun.
Always.
Question number 1.
But not today. No.
What sport did Kenny Omega play whilst growing up in Canada?
Yeah, Nicholas. It's got to be hockey, right? It's always hockey. Yeah.
Ice hockey, to be precise.
It's Canada. What else, what else you
play
going
any
to
other
do?
sports.
Yeah, I was struggling for options on that one. I was like, I've written Canadian football down.
Hey, you don't know. I do know, actually. I do know.
Question number 2. Which controversial star is, allegedly at least, according to one of the Young Bucks, one half of Kenny Omega's favourite match? Is it Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, or Val Venus?
Really hope it's Val Venus.
Nicholas.
Val Venus.
Just trying to
It might be, you know.
your voice.
It might be. I'm going to say Ric Flair because I'm going to say it was Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Yes, Chris Nolan, I do know Roman Reigns did play Canadian football, of course.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
And
I'm
what
gonna
happened,
assume
what happened
it's
to
not
Roman
Val
Reigns, eh?
Well, the other one's Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Yes, and Val Venus, yeah, as you mentioned.
Maybe she's gone for Venus. In some weird...
Maybe. I'm not going to guess it.
Okay.
I really hope it's him.
Yeah.
Hogan, I guess.
Hey! Hogan Rock.
Hogan versus the genius Lanny Poffo from Saturday Night's main event.
One of
apparently.
mine and Phil's favourite matches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watched it this
I know
morning.
Wilbourn loved it too.
Can't wait to throw this at the Dudleys. They're going to have a proper fight, aren't they? Downstairs.
Yep.
Yep. Question number 3. Where did Kenny Omega work growing up in Canada? Was it Target, Toys R Us, Costco, or the Jellyfish Emporium?
Well, it can't be Target because Punk said they couldn't run a Target.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Thanks, Punk, for the hard people working at Target. Well, the people working hard at Target, even not the hard people working at Target. It's all gone off the rails.
Trying to shoplift, are
It's
you?
only the second one.
Out of here.
Out of here. What were the options again?
Target, Toys R Us,
Oh, it's-
Costco, or the Jellyfish Emporium?
God. Imagine if it was Costco and he ends up having the match with them idiots that you all like.
Boom!
These guys.
Is that your guess?
No.
Okay.
Even if it's right, I want to be wrong if that's the answer.
George Noel writes, everyone in Target is erect. I knew it. The hard
The hard people. I meant hard people, but you know, you can take it however you want.
Phil, he likes games and things. Toys R Us.
Yeah.
No, dear, that's
I'd like
wrong.
to see him wrestle that giraffe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been good.
But what if he was wrestling jellyfish instead at the Jellyfish Emporium?
No, dear, that's wrong.
It was Costco.
Good.
It was Costco.
Tony, book the match.
Don't do it,
now.
Tony.
Don't buck it.
Don't.
First match back.
Don't do
buck
it.
it.
I want to pitch that
I
to
have to
Cedric
say-
next week and watch his head explode.
I was initially underwhelmed seeing Kenny get like approached by Don Callis and Co. But then seeing the law of the Brian Cage match, I am into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I think I understand why it has to be it's not a top tier thing straight away. No
Yeah.
shade on Brian Cage.
No,
you know
but
what
it's
I mean?
it's the steps, isn't it? It's
the steps.
Yeah,
I totally
you've got to get
understand
Mox
that.
and
But,
Edge out the way.
However, but I am totally into it because of that. What did he say fully there?
You've got to get Mox and Cope out the way.
Oh God.
There's a pasty belt on that, did I tell you?
Ooh.
Yeah. Whether that makes it
Whether
to
it's good or
Revolution. No.
So what? Kenny
No need to
versus
bet on
Cope
that one.
because when Cope wins. So just for no reason whatsoever. Nobody's harder than Cope. I don't know if you know
No.
this.
Nobody.
Nobody's broke their neck before.
Although
and
then you
wrestled
would get
afterwards.
to do Cope versus Christian if they're the belt.
Ooh.
Right there, see?
And Cope
Right
versus
there.
Tamina. 'Cause nobody's meaner than
Nobody's
her.
meaner than Tamina.
Yeah. And then they do
Can't
like
wait
a...
for the Grit couple to come back and get Mina Shafir versus Moxley and
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Phil,
Edge
don't
and-
do it.
Don't
Why have
say
you
it.
done
Why
that?
you said it, Phil?
Phil, I will leave.
Oh, man, it's
Will
going to
leave.
happen.
I've just been picturing the Grit couple. I cannot express to you how much I love Adam Copeland, right? I can't express that enough, right? That man did great things for me during the time with wrestling. Cope ain't been for me so far, and the Grit couple
Background. Oh, don't do that.
Oh my God.
Devin does point out.
The patter in their house must be awful. Like atrocious. I'm so sorry, man. I'm telling the truth. There's no way it's good.
Me.
There is no way that it's good. Like they're sitting in their living room going, like with like little cups of tea going, yeah, what if we were like the team? I like that. Let's do that.
Having said that, Devin does say, what if Cope wins and Christian immediately cashes in, which is very funny.
Yeah, which would keep up the theme of Cope winning belts and losing them immediately.
Yeah.
He lost it, didn't he? So.
Right, back to the Kenny Omega quiz. 1-1. Question 4. Which WWE legend, legend, as I like to say, which WWE legend headlined the card when Kenny Omega worked a big event for Premier Championship Wrestling? It was the PCW Commencement of Cool. Was it the Honky Tonk Man, Eddie Guerrero, Gangrel, or Mae Young?
Phil, Gangrel.
Ooh.
Right in
No, dear, that's wrong.
Who's the first one?
Honky Tonk Man.
Let's go Honky Tonk Man, please.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Good, not right, because he was on the card, but he didn't main event.
Yeah.
It was Eddie Guerrero.
I just thought
that is it.
Eddie seemed a bit too like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Carl, one of the
There's
best.
Mae Young in all this. Basically, just Google's wrestlers who weren't working for the Fed in 2002, whatever it was.
Oh, was that during Eddie's? Was he away from the company?
think
at that
so,
point?
yeah.
A little bit.
That's pretty cool.
Still 1-1. Question 5. Before channeling his love for video games into his character, what was Kenny Omega's first gimmick? Was it Fireman, Surfer, Magician, or Sex Maniac?
There's some good options there. I feel like you've recycled this from someone else. Like another question
Yeah.
that had something similar. Like where it was.
What was the second one?
Surfer.
Like him going, yeah. Like he doesn't know. You either do or you don't know that you
I
recycled it.
I'm writing these on Thursday night. Huh?
Did I steal that from myself? I don't know.
Phil, Surfer.
Notorious Canadian surfer there.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Just cold waves.
It's probably easier to do it when they're frozen.
This is true.
You ever seen?
It's just like sledding down it.
Have you seen The Shallows with Blake Lively? It was on telly. I just left the telly on after the Traitors the other night, and I came down to watch her. I think she goes swimming and surfing or whatever, and she's bloody shark.
Good film, then, was it?
I didn't
know what she was
I
doing.
came back in, and she was here on a rock going, "No, there's a shark!" And this bloke's trying to paddle out to her, and he just, dead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Good night.
Whenever I think of sharks in films, other than Jaws, obviously, I always think of Deep Blue Sea, where Samuel L. Jackson's giving that big speech, and he doesn't even get finished. And just like physically doesn't make any sense. Shark like gets out, like bends over to get him like that, whoop, and then goes back in. How does that even work?
Excellent CGI. That's
Brilliant,
how it works.
though. It was like I remember watching that with my dad, and just I was obviously young and being like, "What the hell just happened there?" LL Cool J's in that film,
Yeah.
right? There's a shark in the oven.
He's the chef, isn't he, with a parrot or
It's
something?
like the shark who blocks somebody in an oven, like pressing the buttons. It's so stupid. I want to watch that now.
I need to watch
I
Deep
want
Blue
to see
Sea again.
how much worse it's got.
That's the one where, isn't it, where it's like the shark attacks or something happens. There's a big storm.
They're
and
intelligent, aren't they? The sharks are
Yeah.
super intelligent.
And there's the bloke. He's like, I think I'm not sure he's been attacked or if he's just in all the chaos. He's like, I broke my leg. And they're like, well, get your helicopters out of here. And the shark's like, thank you very much. And then it throws him against the thing. And he's like, right, watch your pal get ripped apart right in front of you.
I don't think I will let you on that, actually. God, imagine if you come here, I just want your quiz to be like a simple 1 to 10. And you get
wrestling.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Tangents. You love it.
Question 6. Who did Kenny Omega face whilst in WWE Developmental Deep South? Was it Vladimir Kozlov, The Miz, The Ryback, or Santino Marella?
Nicholas.
The choices all around.
And he's lived to tell the tale in my story, the Ryback.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Good,
Still on the table for a dream match.
Vladimir Kozlov.
Hey!
Last match in Deep South, and he said, bye.
I've had enough of this. Thank you very much.
And came close to retiring.
Goodbye. And good night.
Came very close to retiring after all this. I don't know if that's associated with it or not. I think he had a bad time in Deep South, to be honest. Cameron Luxton says, where will the disco be in the US? In the chat.
The disco will not be in the US, unfortunately.
But we will have...
If we go, we might be things happening.
If we go, we might have a party. There we go.
Ever seen
salvaged it.
Cafe disco before? If you can go to the right hotel, once you get the official...
a couple of parties.
Yeah, if you like parties, that's your kind of thing. If you want
like
to sit
a lot
at home
of
and read a
party in your Vegas.
That's what you go to Vegas for.
Yeah. Anybody who just wants to sit and read in Vegas?
a lot of light, isn't there?
Yeah.
Need to see
Tons of light.
See your book.
The place is never off. You will never struggle for light.
Millions of reading lights.
Yeah. Imagine just being in a casino. That's where you like to read.
Coyote Ugly. Sorry, can you just...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Blocking the light.
I understand it. I know I'm supposed to be betting, but I'm betting on my future.
3-1 to Phil. Question 7. Kenny Omega has in the past wrestled a blow-up doll and a young girl. But how old was the girl that he wrestled? Was she 3, 5... 3-year-old? 3, 5, 7 or 9?
Nicholas. 9. Yeah, it feels
He was 9.
Yeah, it's
Come
like
on.
the safest one to go for there. Oh, God. I tell you what, I would trust him, but
Yeah.
Anyone can have a
Dangerous.
good match with a 3-year-old.
a show that's putting a wrestler against a 9-year-old on, enough. It tells me enough that it's probably not the safe place for the 9-year-old.
Yeah. I love, sorry, Kenny's cancelled. We've got a replacement, though. It's the Ryback. Good luck. 3-2, question 8. Who inspired Kenny Omega to continue wrestling, as I mentioned, when he was on the verge
Ryback.
of retiring? Was it John Cena, AJ Styles, Kazuchika Okada, or Hornswoggle?
You're such a dick.
Should have had the Ryback on
mate.
there.
Such a
Yeah.
dick.
About it.
That's a toughie, because Nicholas. AJ Styles.
What a guy AJ Styles is.
Yeah, I mean,
Guy.
he's another one of those. We talked about this a bit with with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is. I like the fact that I saw.
Motor City Machine Gun.
There we go.
There you go.
Where they were like pioneers, but they weren't pioneers on WWE. Or they weren't pioneers
Your favorite
on,
wrestler's favorite wrestler.
So
kind of
like
thing.
when you see them turn up and you're like, well, they're still great, but look at all these other guys.
Yeah.
So they don't do that without them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're all younger now and they can do more stuff.
Yeah.
I like the fact as well. I was reading about this and I saw a comment underneath, and it's like, Kenny Omega effectively wrestling career saved by AJ Styles because he's a lovely guy and he sort of, I don't give up on bookings, and I think worked with him on a show years and years ago. And Kenny Omega thanked him by kicking him out of the Bullet Club.
Yeah,
Of course.
Perfect.
Thanks very much.
I just like the idea of John Cena being there with his little towel.
Never give up.
Kenny, never give up, my friend.
This is for you.
This is for you. Don't
frame it. Take
trust
it
me.
home.
I've got loads of them. You can have this one. Would you like a t-shirt and a hat as well? Maybe a wristband.
3-3.
Ooh, baby.
2 questions left.
Yeah, we've got to get this right, haven't we?
Or wrong.
Question 9.
That's true. 2 wrong. But then if we do 2 wrong or 1 wrong, there's always a chance that Phil decides to do the funny thing where he's like, I'm going to get it right on purpose. Not me. I like failing, actually. I like losing. So
Question 9. Kenny Omega is a self-confessed nerd.
Question 10.
True or false? Kenny Omega is a self-confessed nerd who likes anime and video games. But what other nerdy thing does he also like? Is it Dungeons and Dragons, Star Trek, Warhammer 40k, or model trains?
All of the above.
yeah, got to be all the
Oh,
above.
it could have been great, that, yeah.
You've got me yawning. Yeah, I wasn't even yawning before. I've seen him yawn about 6 times now. I'm like, yeah, go on then, I'll have one.
I'll have
Go on then,
one.
if we're all doing it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, at least the first 3. He
Yeah.
feels like he would like all of those.
Not model trains?
Yeah, maybe not.
Little,
maybe later
conductor's
in
hat
life.
Once he's retired,
Yeah.
it's really into trains.
Funny if it is model trains after this.
Yeah.
What were the options again?
D&D,
Yeah.
Star Trek, Warhammer, model
Definitely
trains.
all of those 3.
Yeah, I feel like all of them.
Yeah.
Star Trek. Phil.
There
you go.
Good stuff.
Never watched
What if you
Star
like
Trek.
Trek Culture? Available now on
Yeah.
YouTube.
That's our lead in to
Go
get
follow
Kenny
us
Omega
at Trek
interview.
Culture. Yeah. If you like Trek and you like WhatCulture, go check out Trek Culture.
Even if you don't like WhatCulture, it's really good Trek
really
Culture.
good.
We're not on it. So.
Oh, it's better than this. Yeah, go on, go that. That's miles
Run
better
by
than
Chris
this.
Thompson if you're
Yeah.
a mega old school
Yeah.
WhatCulture Wrestling watcher.
Once Chris Edit, famous a Twitter handle of a
Yeah.
famous editor from WhatCulture history. Top boy.
All right, you need to get this one right.
I don't have to. I mean,
You don't have to.
It'd be nice
You
for
like it.
everybody at home.
It'd be nice.
In fact, speaking of everybody at home, I think we know what's going to happen. But come on, feed me more.
Who did Kenny Omega main event JAPW Overload against? It was the JAPW heavyweight title match. Was it Kenny Omega versus Johnny Drugs with a Z? Weedosaurus.
There we go.
Weedosaurus.
Weedosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
See, what about, it should have been Weedosaurus wrecked.
That would have been better.
You've missed the boat there.
It's not that one because that one's made up. and he just wasn't
fictional,
good enough
and he
to
wasn't-
get there.
Yeah, well spotted, Phil.
So you got Johnny Drugs with a Z.
The Z.
Weedosaurus
Says
Rex.
that on his notes as well in brackets with the Z.
The Bong Bandit.
The Bong Bandit.
Bong Bandit.
Or the Grim Reaper.
That's nice. That was you just
is
going,
nice.
I'll sign off with the Grim Reaper. Right, and to the first one of the year, unless you did it last week, I don't know. But first one I've done this year. Phone,
We should really stop calling our audience boners.
no, your phone boner.
Because he's the boner and you're phoning him.
Yeah, why?
What? Chat.
Because everyone's hard who works at Target, Phil.
Who
See, I
did
brought it back. You see what we did there? Comedy. That's what that is.
Who did Kenny Omega main event JAPW Overload against? Johnny Drugs with a Z, Weedosaurus Rex, the Bong Bandit, or the Grim Reaper? I can tell you've got our first reply in there from Mr. Jeans. Call him Mr. Jeans.
Call him Mr. Jeans. I love it when Mr. Jeans turns up.
I know what I want, and it is jeans.
And Mr. Jeans has said the Grim Reaper.
Has he? Or she? You know, it's 2024,
Yeah.
2025. Anything's possible. Call me Mr. Jeans. I love it, man. It's so...
Oh, it's a mixed bag, but the first one in was the Grim
Mr.
Reaper.
Jeans, call
Oh,
me
yeah,
Mr. Jeans.
Mr. Jeans, Mr. Jeans, zip up.
Zip up now. Why don't we go on 2 hours this?
I tell you.
Us three, we kill the towns. I don't mean in the good way.
Yeah.
I feel like you liked that he went for Grim Reaper.
Cameron Luxon also says D. John Harrison says Johnny Drugs, and Vanda says Bong Bandit. So they're all in play.
Yeah.
All in.
I think we'll go with the first one, shall we?
Mr. Jeans.
And no pressure, Mr. Jeans. But as we always say, if you get this wrong, you've ruined everyone's weekend.
Yeah.
And that
we're
means
gonna
no
come and
jeans
steal
for
your
you.
jeans.
No jeans for you.
You are saying the Grim Reaper versus Kenny Omega?
You'll be Mr. Chino by the end of this. Here we go.
Ooh, jeans.
Hey!
What's
Call him
the
Mr.
Grim
Jeans.
Reaper?
Call him Mr.
They
Jeans.
do call him Mr. Jeans.
Yeah.
I need to check out some of the Grim Reaper's work.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Which means congratulations to Adam Nicholas and
don't know
Phil
what-
Chambers,
I don't know what you're talking about.
co-winners
Lovely merch.
of
match.
this week's quiz. Do let us know.
It's on the shop right now. So is that hoodie and his hoodie and club. And you can get a poster with his face on it. And maybe I'm running out of words. Who gives a no?
Oh, good save. Yeah, let us know how you got on the quiz. Let us know your thoughts on everything in the comments or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there. You can follow all 3 of us. You can follow Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas. You can follow Phil Chambers at
Fill my chambers, and you can follow Wilbourn at.
Adam Wilbourn. Mr. Jeans got back in touch to say I was so scared. Check out our SmackDown preview, all focused on SmackDown yet again, of course,
Yep.
available right now. And Michael Hamflett and Michael Cedric did their own special Dadley Boys podcast, which is available probably right now, wherever you get your podcasts from. But for now, this has been WrestleCulture. My thanks to Adam Nicholas, to Phil Chambers. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. WrestleCulture is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Wrestling, Mr. Jeans.
And you see, Dwayne, that is how you do a sign off to a time code, you loser.
If you smell...
Suck it, Dwayne.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great weekend.
WhatCulture.com/shop, or click the links on the thing below. It has pictures of merch, and then you click it, and then you buy it. And
That's how it works. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.